Hello everyone, I am Henry, and I am going to give Black Ops 3 a midterm report card. Actually, I'm going to give it a review, because I never made a review when this game came out, because I wasn't making these kind of videos back then. So I'm going to give Black Ops 3 a review of the things that I think are important. I'm going to do it a little bit different in that I'm going to start off with the grade of B. And then as I go through the different things that I like or dislike about the game, I'm going to increase that or decrease that as appropriate. So the first thing I'm going to cover is graphics. Now, I think this game looks great. I think there's nothing really to complain about. On the other hand, there's nothing that really stands out at me and shoves in my face, hey, look how awesome I am! But I'm not really looking for that anyway. So just because there's nothing super spectacular, I have to knock 1 point off of it. But all in all, the graphics, I think, look pretty good, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and that increases the score from B to a B+. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the lobbies and matchmaking and all that kind of stuff. And I have to say, this is where it falls down a little bit. I mean, it's nothing like Black Ops 1 was. Do you remember when that came out? It was terrible. But they've improved a lot since then. But still, I mean, I'm still finding myself in some matches where it's 5 against 7, and sometimes I know friends, especially on the Xbox One, have problems getting into games and stuff. So that really detracts from the game when you have these kind of problems, especially 6 months into the game. You kind of expect that to be fixed by now. So I have to give this a 6 out of 10, and this is pretty important. So the score will have to go from a B+ to a B-. Okay, next one up is the feel of the game, and this one is pretty important. It's how you basically feel. It's hard to quantify. I wanted to say the word feel again, but you know what I mean. When you start to play the game, and just as you play it, you think, yeah, I'm liking this, or no, I'm not digging this, or just the feel of the game, and that's why I use the word feel. There's no other better way to describe it. And this is one of the most important things about the game. Do you enjoy playing this? Do you not enjoy playing this? And for this, I have to give it a good score because I really do enjoy it. So, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. There are a couple things that annoy me about the game, but all in all, it's worth an 8. So that brings the score from B- all the way up to A, just because it feels so good to play, and I really like the game. Now, I've said it before, well, maybe not to you guys, but to other people, that I consider Call of Duty and its lack of innovation a kind of way of just releasing new map packs every year. You know, the game doesn't change much, but you get new maps, and so I'm happy. It's hard to explain, but that's how I view Call of Duty lots of the time. It's all about the maps. The maps are the important thing. After a year of playing a certain set of maps, you want to change to a better set of maps, and the rest of the game might not change much, but it's the maps that change, and that's what changes your experience. And so to me, the maps are very important for how much I like the game, and I have to say this is where Black Ops 3 falls down quite a bit. I'm not a big fan of many of the maps at all. I mean, I like Combine and I like Fringe. That's why I'm showing you a Fringe gameplay here. It's one of my favorite 2 maps in the game. But I can't really say that I really like any of the others. They're all or maybe you know, they're just mediocre. None of them are terrible. Well, I don't like Metro, and I'm not a big fan of Aquarium. But all the rest of them, besides those 2, and besides the 2 I like, are kind of like, yeah, whatever. None of them really stand out. So I have to give this one, I have to give it a 5 out of 10. It's just not very good. So that'll bring the score from an A all the way down to a C+. That's how important the maps are, and that's how badly I think Black Ops 3 has failed in this area. Okay, now for the next category. When evaluating it, I have to wonder, how much do the 3 studios talk to each other when they develop the games? Because if you don't know, Call of Duty is developed by 3 different studios, each on a 3-year cycle, so that they stagger the releases so that each Call of Duty comes out in their own year, 1 per year in the fall. And so I wonder, how much do studios talk to one another, and how much competition is there with one another, and especially, how much do they not want to grab ideas from other teams? Because I often see some features in one Call of Duty get totally ignored and not put in the next Call of Duty. And you have to wonder why. Why do they not put these good things that were just in the previous Call of Duty in the next Call of Duty? And so that brings us up to menus. And all in all, I think Treyarch did an awesome job with the menus in Black Ops 3. They unified them. It's a lot easier to move around in them and to find what you want. I think the whole gunsmith idea was just a waste of time, but that's not really a fault of the menus and navigation. But all in all, I find navigating the game and finding the appropriate thing that I want to do very easy to do. But the one thing that they did not bring over from the previous game, Advanced Warfare, is the firing range. Or whatever they called it in Advanced Warfare, I forget. But I'll call it the firing range. That was awesome, and I liked it. And I used it quite a bit. And it was something for me to do in between matches and to try out new attachments on the gun to see if I liked the new optic or if I thought the fire rate really did increase enough for me if I put on rapid fire and all this kind of thing without having to go into the game. And I thought that was one of the best things that Sledgehammer Studio did with Advanced Warfare, and I liked it. So why didn't they bring it into Black Ops 3? I don't know. But because of that, I can't give Black Ops 3 a perfect score when it comes to the menus. So I'll have to give it a 9 out of 10, which brings the score up from a C+ all the way up to B, if it's even possible to recover from those bad maps. I don't know if I should even increase it at all because those maps are so important. But otherwise, you know, I gotta do something here. So I will increase the score from a C+ to a B. Okay, the next category, you have to include this in Black Ops 3, and you guys knew it was coming, and that is the movement system. Advanced Warfare, as you all know, increased this new bunny hopping movement system where everybody flies around like they have jetpacks. Well, not just like they have jetpacks, and they actually do have jetpacks on. And I did not like it. I know lots of people did, and that's fine. They can like it if they want, but me personally, I did not like it. I might just put up a poll here in the video in the top right corner, and you can hit the little info button there, and you can answer the poll question. Did you like the new packs, the jet packs in Advanced Warfare, or did you not? I would like to know. You can answer the poll there. And I personally, I did not. And so going from Ghosts to Advanced Warfare was a major shock to me, and it was like, wow, they tried something new, which is good, but the thing they tried new was crap, so I'm disappointed. So Black Ops 3 moved away from that a little bit, so I have to give it props because it's good to move away from that. But on the other hand, I can't give them total props because I don't think they moved enough away from it. I mean, I'm one of these people that wants the boots on the ground. Lots of people will say, Henry, you don't want the boots on the ground. Trust me, you don't want it because you're now used to this fast speed. When you get to the new slower speed again, you're just not going to like it because you're used to the fast. And trust me, you won't like it. But no, you don't know me well enough. I will like it. I want the old foot on the ground, boots on the ground system back. And so Black Ops 3 was a huge improvement over Advanced Warfare, but I can't give it a 10 out of 10. It's just not my cup of tea. So I'm going to have to give it a 7 out of 10, which will bring the score from a B to a B+, because after all, it was better than the previous game. Okay, the next category here, I'm going to have to call it respectability. I don't know what else to call it. It's like what you look at the game and see how it's progressing and see what it looks like, and you gotta imagine, you know, this is a war game, you know, you're out there with guns and you're trying to defeat the enemy team. And in Black Ops 3, it started in Advanced Warfare, but this is a review of Black Ops 3. So in this game you have things like this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I mean, just look at this. It's nuts. It's crazy. What is this, a clown factory? Are we all just here for our amusement and blow bubblegum bubbles and pop them in each other's faces and maybe have a tickle fight? Is that why we're here? No, this is supposed to be a war. This is supposed to be soldiers fighting against soldiers. I mean, this is a big pet peeve of mine about the way the game is going, and it's ridiculous. In Activision, you have to stop. You have to stop with this nonsense. You really do. That all being said, it does not affect the gameplay that much, even though it does make us look a little bit like a laughingstock to the outside world. So I'm just going to decrease the score by 1 point, from a B+ to a B. The last thing I want to address is support. We know that Activision has been putting out lots of patches in order to support this game, and this is great. but they haven't been addressing the things they really need to address, like the connection issues, the lobby issues, and the overall quality problems that we've been seeing ever since the game came out. Why aren't there being fixes put out for that? Or where are the patches for those things? And even though they're great at weapon balancing, if you call it great, because I think they're tinkering way too much with that stuff, they still are not fixing the things they really need to fix. So I have to give them a score of 5 out of 10 on this. Which brings the final score from a B to a B minus. I don't know if I'm satisfied with that B minus, because I do like the game. I like it better than Advanced Warfare by a long shot. I like it better than Ghosts by a small amount. Maybe B minus does not reflect how much I like it, because I think I might like it a little bit more than that. But that's kind of how I arrived at it, so well, I'll have to stick with it for now. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I think maybe I'll try putting a poll up here too about what you guys think about what the final grade should be. Please answer the poll in the top right corner. I'd like to know what you think. Well, this is Henry. Thank you so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. If you can, I'd really appreciate it. This is Henry, again, over and out.